Welcome to the Cell Guru Show. I hope all of you had a fantastic Diwali, but our festival big stuff carries on the Cell Guru Show. We'll start off with what you all have been waiting for, the JioPhone Next, a phone developed by Jio and Google, affordable 4G smartphone. But when most people talk about it being under 2,000 rupees, that is a bit of a misnomer. We'll tell you, this is about 6,500 rupees. Does it live up to everything we were expecting? Then another big one, the AirPods 3. Very similar in design to the AirPods Pro, dropped some features, priced lesser than the Pro. But again, we were expecting a whole lot more to come into these. And of course, our big story, Android 12, all you need to know about your next big operating system. And we'll end it all on best mobile games to play. So now mobile games can actually match most of the other things that a console can do, because from the graphic capability to the actual gameplay, mobile games are amazing. So we'll tell you some titles that are absolutely the kind that you should be playing right now. Our top story today is going to be the JioPhone Next. Lots of excitement around this phone. So now let's take a deeper look as to what it really does, and I'll tell you my opinion. So first and foremost, please do remember that this is a 6,499 phone. The 1,999 is with EMI. So now let's take it based on that perspective. So plastic construction, nice big screen. I'm happy about that. If this had been a smaller screen, wouldn't have worked. Qualcomm Snapdragon 215 chipset, 2 GB of RAM, 32 GB storage. The performance is okay. It's got the Pragati OS, which is essentially Android Go, lighter version of Android. So if you take a look at the hardware, the operating system is not looking very competitive right now, right? But I'll tell you where it is. So this is going to be a first-time smartphone for millions. So they've added a lot of features. Voice-based control, translate text using the camera. It can read the screen text in 10 different local languages. The cameras are okay, decent amount of detail. The battery is also okay, 3,500 mAh. Micro USB support, so there's no USB-C. And like I said, the price point is 6,499. It's become famous because everybody's saying it's for 1,999, but you have to pay the rest as EMI option. Plans start off from about 300 rupees. Here's our Cell Guru review.
While the first JioPhone had a significant impact on India's telecom landscape by making 4G connectivity available to the masses, it was still relegated to a limited feature phone feature set. Enter the JioPhone Next, a product of a close and much hyped partnership between Jio and Google. The entry-level smartphone is being positioned to bring the next 100 million Indians online. Users who still haven't tasted digital services like digital banking, communications, streaming, apps and more. But there's more here than meets the eye. Let's take a closer look in the Cell Guru JioPhone Next review. The JioPhone Next is a mass market phone and the construction reflects it. The company wanted to hit a budget-focused price point and all plastic construction helps it get there. The phone is strongly built with a focus on usability and being able to take a drop or two. Up front is a 5.45-inch LCD display that is bright enough and reasonably vivid. It isn't the most vibrant display we have come across, but for the price point that the phone is targeting, it easily suffices, and we had no trouble viewing content from, say, YouTube even when outdoors. Powering the phone is the Snapdragon 215 processor with 2 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage, which can further be expanded with a memory card. The chipset isn't a powerhouse, but the focus here is on digital connectivity, and the chipset delivers. More so thanks to Pragati OS. Jio has partnered with Google to optimize the operating system for the entry-level hardware. Running on a light version of Android, you still get to access millions of apps you have come to expect from the Google Play Store. In our time with the phone, essentials like messaging, social media, and even casual browsing work just fine. Just don't go in expecting a gaming powerhouse here. Moreover, the combination of the chipset and operating system enables unique experiences like fully voice-based control, the ability to easily translate text using the camera, and more. The entire interface can also read aloud on-screen text in 10 different local languages. These are all standard Android features, but the unique proposition here is bringing them to a whole new price point. The phone doesn't slouch on the cameras either, and you get a 13-megapixel shooter at the back and 8-megapixel front-facing camera. The phone even includes filters built directly into the camera interface to let you further add some flavor to your photographs. We took the phone out and about, and the images shot in daylight look good with a decent amount of detail. The phone will easily serve in a pinch to capture moments, though low-light photography is predictably nothing special. Finally, let's talk battery life. The combination of the low-power processor and 3500 mAh battery means that the phone can comfortably last a full day of use, and you can easily charge it up with a micro USB cable. It would have been nice to see USB-C support, but it is not a big loss given the price point. Now let's talk about the real selling point here. You see, Jio is positioning the JioPhone Next as the most affordable smartphone around, and in some ways it is. Bought outright, the phone is priced at 6,499 rupees. However, you can get the phones from Xiaomi and Motorola around the same price point already. But it is the EMI option that makes it enticing for the first-time buyers. Jio is debuting a contract-style model where you can pay just 1,999 rupees and switch to a variety of plans that include data calls and the cost of the phone. These plans start at just 300 rupees a month when combined with a 24-month contract, making the barrier to entry much lower and giving the first-time buyers a whole new affordable way to buy the smartphone. The JioPhone Next has the potential to disrupt the Indian smartphone market, but unlike what users expected, it might not be the hardware that is the real game changer here. Sure, the hardware is perfectly serviceable, but it is the tight combination of hardware and affordable pricing that could make it the next big thing for Indian buyers.
Now let's move on to this, the AirPods 3. So Apple took their time. The AirPods 3 have come after quite a while other people have a really fast refresh rate. Apple takes their time. They've taken their time, so what did they do different with the AirPods 3? Okay, first of all, as always, compact case. Thankfully, a much shorter stem with force sensor control. Dynamic driver produces nice, deep, rich bass, crisp, clean highs. The spatial audio 3-dimensional listening experience is good. The adaptive EQ from Apple also for the equalizer part works very well. About 6 hours on a single charge, 30 hours total if you use the case, MagSafe compatible, IPX4 sweat and water resistance, and enhanced Find Me app. But the price point is 18,500. Now in sale you'll get it at a slightly lower price, but the whole point is at 18,500 these do not have noise cancellation. So are they really that competitive? Let's find out.
The true mark of success of a product is the impact it leaves on an industry. By all measures, the AirPods have left such an impact. Apple's true wireless earphones, first introduced in 2016, have spurred an entire industry of designs inspired by it and some that have straight up copied it. So with the third generation of the product, Apple is doing something slightly different. The AirPods 3 have redesigned shell, redesigned sound drivers, and a case that adds magnetic charging capabilities. But is that enough to maintain the lead when the competition isn't just delivering the same features but is also beating it on price? Let's find out. The AirPods 3 look familiar yet different. There's no mistaking that it is an AirPod, and yet you can see inspiration from high-end AirPods Pro. The stems are now shorter and the shell is just a bit rounder to better fit in the ears. Meanwhile, the earphones introduce a skin detection sensor to automatically pause playback when out of the ears. This worked great in our testing. The earphones are also IPX4 rated, which will ensure that you can effectively use them even while working out and that they can take a splash or two. The other major change is in sound quality. Apple has completely redesigned sound drivers, which gives the AirPods 3 much improved sound quality. This time around there's more bass as well, and the sound comes across as neutral with just the right focus on clear vocals and the perfect amount of thump to give hip-hop and Bollywood music a lively feeling. That said, the lack of silicone tips or active noise cancellation means that ambient noise continues to be a concern. Unlike the AirPods Pro, you won't be cutting out ambient noise here. Another new feature specifically for Apple Music users is the addition of support for spatial audio and Dolby Atmos. Specifically tuned for the feature, the AirPods 3 shine and project excellent dimensional music when with the feature activated. You can truly pinpoint where each instrument is placed in the soundscape. Apple claims that the battery lasts 6 hours and we managed just about 5.5 hours in our use with the volume cranked up. This is on par with the competition, and combined with the case, you can expect 30 hours of use. More importantly, if you're tied into the Apple ecosystem with wireless charging and MagSafe, you will be delighted to know that the AirPods 3 case supports MagSafe as well, letting you use the same charger for both your phone and headphones. Overall priced at 18,500 rupees, the AirPods 3 are designed for Apple users looking to buy a set of earphones that truly tie into the ecosystem. From the deep integration with iPhones, quick switching between iPhones, iPads and the Mac, MagSafe support, as well as spatial audio, these earphones are built ground up for users who are entrenched in Apple products. Are they the best true wireless earphones? Probably not, but they certainly are the value option for iPhone users.
Let's move on now to our other big top story, Android 12. All you need to know. This is going to be a big game changer. After all, the operating system, way more important. That's what we interact with all the time on our phone. So the biggest change, I think, is design. Material Hue takes color scheme cues from wallpapers and others, so it looks much better. Theming works in apps like clock, camera, calculator, all through. They revamped the notification way that it actually comes out there. There are new widgets. There's the privacy dashboard. Now you can choose your location based on approximate or precise. So that could be good for privacy, security and everything else. You can now lock mic and camera access. So again, security and privacy coming right to the top. Scrolling screenshots are now possible. Some operating systems like Samsung and others could do it, but now it's on Android 12 itself. One-handed mode is there. Game dashboard is there. Buttons are bigger and bolder. Tweaks to animation and motion. So, if you take a look at the list that I've actually given you, it all looks very, very nice, but it's predominantly, I think, iterative, not really a massive jump forward. Take a look.
After about 8 months of Android betas, Android 12 officially rolled out on October 4th, which is undoubtedly the biggest refresh to Google's operating system in years. It has completely changed some of the visual elements to make it look, feel and react differently to your on-screen gestures and button presses. Here's everything you need to know about the new OS. The big story this year is the massive redesign for Android 12. The new design material, Hue, blends multiple elements together into a single cohesive design language that works across the entire OS. Color extraction is the base code of paint in the new redesign. Basically, the OS natively extracts the colors from your wallpaper and uses them to theme your OS. Basically, you set a wallpaper, Android 12 extracts the colors, and then your OS has hints of colors from it. The color changes take place all over the OS, including the settings, quick setting tiles, and any app with Material Hue support. On Pixel devices, examples include the Dialer, Contact app, and Calculator. It even works with widgets as well. Android 12 puts a much larger emphasis on widgets than many previous versions of Android. Widgets have been completely redesigned to offer a more adjustable window and one that's designed to fit in with the rest of the rounded, friendly interface for easier scrolling and viewing. The Conversation widget shows recent conversations, and Photos has a Memories widget that can surface memories from Google Photos right on your home screen. This is the biggest emphasis Google has put on widgets since resizable widgets became a thing in Android Honeycomb. The quick settings received a rather large overhaul as well. The smaller toggles are gone, replaced by larger, rounded rectangle buttons. The new tiles work like previous toggles when you tap to turn them on and off. By and large, it is just an aesthetic change. On the plus side, the larger tiles are much easier to read and house more information. One of the major new official changes is the privacy dashboard. It will give you easy access to see what apps have accessed certain permissions, whether that be your camera and mic or location. What's more, when you first launch an app and it wants access to your location, you can decide to have it only get access to an approximate location rather than precise. Android 12 has also added quick on-off toggles in the quick shade menu that disables the mic, location and camera so that nothing can access them. When the camera or mic is in use, a little green dot will appear at the top right of the screen. If you swipe down, you can see a full icon, and tapping on that will tell you which app is capturing images or sound. One of the more prominent UI changes is the updated media widget that appears in the drop-down menu when you have music playing. Google has enlarged it, making it span almost the entire width of the screen and adjust the layout so the controls are closer to the middle of the screen. Another quick small tweak to the interface comes in form of the new pop-up shortcut menu that appears when you tap and hold an app icon. The menu is larger with each command separated and taking up more space on the screen, likely to make it easier for people to use. Android 12 includes a native one-handed mode. The mode shrinks everything down to half size. It looks a lot like multi-window mode. The one-handed mode makes it easier to reach basically anything one-handed on taller phones. Google added a new system that makes playing the best Android games more enjoyable. The Android 12 game dashboard makes it easier to access tools like Do Not Disturb, screen recording, screenshots, live streaming to YouTube Live, and your current FPS rate using a quick on-screen toggle in-game.
Let's take a quick break right now. On the show, when we come back, lots more happening. And now let's move on to our last story, mobile games you must try out. Because what's really happened is mobile games, I think, has seen the maximum amount of change. In the last 2 years, there are games now that rival console levels like Shadow Fight 3, Pokemon, so many others that I'm going to actually recommend to you. Try these out. If there's even one game on the list you haven't tried, do it now.
There is absolutely no dearth of games on the Android platform. It doesn't matter what your favorite genre is, you'll usually find something to suit your taste. Though for many, PC and console gaming will still be the go-to platform of choice, mobile games have gotten so good these days that it's hard to ignore them. Some mobile games can easily match the quality of the AAA titles seen on consoles and PC. We take a look at the best mobile games that you should definitely give a try. If you love multiplayer online battle arena games but want something a little less complex and less competitive, give Pokemon Unite a try. It's a fun twist on the genre that lets you battle it out in the arena as some of your favorite Pokemon. You can also customize your character and outfit with fun design choices. You can also unlock or buy costumes for your Pokemon so they can look their best in battle. Plus, this is also a cross-platform game, which means you can play on both iOS or Android or Nintendo Switch and play with any friends that are on one of these three platforms. There's a reason endless runner games are so popular on mobile, and it's because they're fun to play and they're easy to learn. Crash Bandicoot On the Run is the latest endless runner game to hit Android, and it's absolutely worth grabbing if you like the style of gameplay. The game features all of your favorite characters from the franchise's original games. It's easy to pick up and play too, so it's great even if you only have 5 minutes to spare. Gameplay controls are simple, which is an important factor for this type of a game, and there's lots of contents to blow through, from story-related dialogue to unlockable characters you will want to chase. Genshin Impact is one of the most popular mobile games. It is an anime-style open-world RPG with numerous characters you can acquire to add to your party. There are hundreds of quests, a fairly developed storyline, and loads of monsters, secrets, achievements, and more to compete. In addition to everything else, Genshin Impact has some of the most gorgeous combat of any mobile game. It's consistently getting good reviews from players and content creators alike. One of the reasons it's so great is your progress can be shared between PC and mobile versions. Definitely check this out because it's probably the best game on this list. Shadow Fight 3 is a little known fighting game that has great gameplay and graphics, interesting visual identity, and charismatic characters. Unlike most fighting games for mobile phones, Shadow Fight 3 has several command buttons that allow a good variety of strikes, dodges, defenses, and combos, etc., which gives the game a depth well above the average. Throughout the game, you unlock equipment such as weapons, armor, helmets to equip around 30 playable characters.
That then was the Cell Guru Show for this week with me, Rajiv Makhni. I'll see you next week. We've got some great stuff for you.